Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rave Green TV. I was about to say welcome back, but this is actually our first ever video on Rave Green TV because the Seattle Sounders season kicks off this week in their first leg CONCACAF Champions League match against Motagua from Honduras. And, you know, the Sounders don't quite have a good reputation against Honduran teams in the CCL, as we all remember our clash in 2020 against Olympia. So there's a little bit of a revenge arc for the Seattle Sounders in this Champions League match. And don't forget, boys and girls, if you are new to this channel, you love the Seattle Sounders like we do, make sure to smash the like button on today's video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And it's going to be me and Nick doing this preview. There will be possibly more of us for other pre-match previews, post-game analyses, but just for this preview, it's going to be me and Nick. What are our thoughts going into this first leg? You know, there's a lot of question marks surrounding the Seattle Sounders, but going into this first leg, what are we hoping for from the boys in green?
Well, we're obviously hoping for a win. First off and foremost, like it's one of those two-legged series games. Like I'm pretty sure that away goals are still a thing in CONCACAF. So we just got to have a strong first leg. It's always good to not chase the second leg, as we've seen back when the MLS Cup playoffs were in two-legged series, that whenever we were chasing the game going into the second leg, it usually never ended well. So we obviously got the non-flashbacks from Olympia in the penalty shootout. I was right behind the goal for that shootout. And especially back then, we just came from an MLS Cup win. We were hoping to finally get far in the Champions League in a long, long time. But you know, as we saw with our most recent MLS Cup playoff run, penalty shootouts suck. I would just say, let's hope we get off to a good start on the away leg. And yeah, hopefully we could find something good and get far finally in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know this is something it seems like the Sounders have been wanting to press now within this franchise is doing now well on a continental stage, because winning the CCL, if people didn't know, puts you into contention to win the Club World Cup. It puts you into the opportunity to win a grand stage trophy that no MLS team's ever won the CCL. And imagine if the Seattle Sounders could be the first team to do that. And the game against Olympia, I think Nick is spot on. It was a game, you know, we just won MLS Cup. Sounders were on an absolute high. You're up 2-0 in like the first 60 minutes of the first leg, and you let it slip. But luckily you get 2 away goals, so it's okay. We'll allow it. Hopefully the Sounders do what they have to do. And again, they go down, then they score twice, then they concede. They absolutely are always in the front foot and both of those legs in 2020, and then they let it slip. And then it ended up giving us a very nervy start in the beginning of that season. So I would like to see us in this first leg have a very, very strong start. This is a team that the Sounders should, on paper, be comfortably beating this team. They were the champions of their domestic league back in 2019-20. They're currently sitting in fourth in their title race this season. And so, as I said, this should be a game. It's all the fingers are pointing for the Sounders should comfortably be winning this first leg, second leg. And I think it's very key for the Sounders to do well in this first leg, so that second leg is more of like a breeze, fun match for the fans returning back into the stadium. So we have less stress going into our home opener against Nashville, because as I said, in the 2020 season, we didn't play well in the first leg. We had to play catch up in the second leg, and it really affected us in our 2 games against the Chicago Fire, which we needed 2 late goals from Jordan Morris to secure that win. And we drew against the Columbus Crew in a game that arguably we maybe didn't even deserve even a point in that game. So that's why I think it's crucial that we do well in this game and have a comfortable result. And we haven't done well in the Champions League. 2013 is our best ever run, making it to a semifinal. I mean, do you think maybe this could be a year the Sounders make a deep push in the CCL?
I think if we play our cards right and we start the right people and actually take this competition seriously, I think we'll have a very fair shot at even winning the whole competition. Because the thing with the Champions League in the past is half the fan base doesn't take it seriously, but half the fan base, like you and I, want us to win every trophy we're competing in. It seems like with back in the Ziggy Smith days, he didn't really take that competition seriously. And so that run into the semifinals was honestly based off of luck. But this time around, we're actually trying. Brian Schmetzer fortunately takes this competition seriously, and as should every Sounders fan, because it's a continental tournament, and it's what will put our name in the books.
Yeah, and then on top of that too is no team has ever won it. Let's add on to that on the top of it. No MLS team has ever won it. Obviously, no team has not ever won it, but no MLS team has won it. And imagine if the Seattle Sounders is the first team to do it. It would solidify them as one of the greatest franchises if they're able to do that. And, you know, as you said, it seemed like the CCL in the beginning, it's not even just for the fans, even for the players and even the coaches, they didn't take it seriously. And that's why we didn't see a lot of success. And also part of it was because of the structure of how MLS starts. These are the first games of the season for MLS versus all the other teams. They're at least 10 midway through their seasons, like in Liga MX. And even for the team that they were playing that were playing in the round of 16 this week, they're already like 5, 6, 7 games into their season, unlike the Sounders. And so Brian does seem to be taking it seriously based off of Garth's comments. He also wants us to take it seriously. I mean, based off of last season, a little bit more closer minded date to think about is we took the Leagues Cup very seriously, which was a competition I personally didn't think we should have, because at the end of the day, it was a competition that was literally made last season. There was actually no reward out of winning it, but Brian Schmetzer put his eggs in the basket and tried to go for it. And arguably that was part of the downfall at the end of the season for the Sounders, but we live and learn. I think this is something that we should actually put our eggs in our basket for, because it's the Champions League. Everyone loves the UEFA Champions League. I know it's not on that level, but this is North America's Champions League. I don't understand why you wouldn't take it seriously. Players in Europe would die for this. And so they got to grow this mentality, and they got to take this first leg seriously. And as I said, I can't emphasize enough, taking this first leg seriously is so important, because then you give your players a rest and you don't have to worry so much about that second leg. And it helps sets us up for a good opening game against Nashville. How do we think this first leg is going to go down for the Sounders based off of our knowledge and our history of Sounders and Champions League round of 16? What's our gut feeling and what are we hoping for out of this first leg? We'll give both sides of it.
I would say the end of our most recent season was disappointing at best, because the moment it hit September, we suddenly weren't winning games. It was looking like a completely different Sounders team than how we started last year. So unfortunately, we're not starting off of a high. And of course, we lost on Penos against Salt Lake, and the best goalkeeper on earth, Ochoa. Really, with this Champions League round of 16, we don't want to take risks with how we play. We want to play organized. We want to play under our system, keep our system. We don't want to pretty much do what we did from September and onwards of last year.
Yeah, we want to be cutthroat in this competition. We going into it, we want to kill our opponents. Not like we are literally killing them. In regards to the scoreline, being professional, actually going out and accomplishing what we want. No more like being up 2-0 against Olympia, then taking the pedal off the gas and letting it back into the game and making it 2-2.
But fortunately, this team is not named Olympia. It's a whole different team. We've never played them in our club history. So apart from that, there's not really much else to predict since we've never played this team before. But as you said, Shine, on paper, we should be winning comfortably against this team. If I were to give a score prediction for this game, I would say in a good outcome for the Sounders, it would be a 2-0, very close game in our favor. If I were to be more realistic about my score prediction, it's not going to be a big score line. It's going to be like a 1-0, 2-0 kind of game. If not like 2-1, you never know, because we're playing in Honduras. It's one of those weird away games where we're traveling an incredible distance for. Even though we're better on paper, that long distance for an away game is always tough.
Yeah, I think the travel is going to play a big part for these players, but for me, I'm going to go ballsy for this one. I think Sounders win this one 3-1. I think Sounders will actually go up 2-0 in this game. You know, again, we're going to do our usual Sounders thing and then let one in. And then I think this time we'll learn from our mistakes and at least make it 3-1. So it's a more comfortable result going into the home leg the following week at Lumen Field. But boys and girls, thank you so much for watching the first video on Rave Green TV. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment down below, because we want to know your guys' opinions on this first leg of the CCL. Let us know in the comments down below. What is your score prediction? How do you think this game's going to go down? Who do you think is going to be the key players to come out of this game? Let us all know in the comments. We'll make sure to always reply to you guys, everything you have to comment. And I hope you guys all have a lovely day.